one to most respect secretary and correspondent to our college. I feel honored to welcome you to this webinar. It's our pleasure to invite the guest of honor, Dr. Sharma Kumar Shetty. We are very grateful for your valuable time that we get to share with you. This webinar could not have been possible without any your support. I welcome our treasurer, Mr. M. Srinivasan sir. I would like to extend my gratitude on behalf of our department. I welcome our academic dean, Professor A.L. Udiyappan sir. It is a blessing for us to gain Predominant's support is none other than our principal, Dr. K. Anandraj sir. Welcome you. Then I ordered to make functions successful. Teamwork always trends to work, and the year has been no difference because of our aide, Dr. K. Annamalai, and I welcome all of HODs and faculty members and non-teaching faculty members, our department and the college. And chief guest introduction, Dr. Sharan Kumar Shetty is an acknowledged professional with vast experience in both academic and industries, veteran in the field of management education, research and administration with a dynamic career of a decade and a half that reflect rich Indian and overall experience and year on year success in teaching, training, research and educational leadership. Dr. Sethi is a trainer for financial market and conducted number of training program in national and international in various platforms. Started career in Accenture as a subject matter expert and moved to Malaysia to continue his further academic services. He says he has undertaken various international assignments in Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand, developed content and delivered training program for the real asset certificate in the Asian countries. He holds the credit of training executives of top Indian and foreign bank like ICICI, Axis, Kotak, RBL, and HSBC. Dr. Sethi presented various research paper in national and international journals and is also an editorial board member of several international publication houses. Dr. Sethi has been associated with many top institutions in India, abroad as a governing council member and also a member of board of studies. He has an motivational figure too and delivered many programs in radio and television channels. Thank you very much. Heartily, once again, I welcome to all of the participants. Now, to deliver the webinar, resource person, Dr. Sharma Kumar Shetty, sir. Sir,
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so
welcome,
much.
sir. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, first of all, I hope I'm audible and the slide is visible. Slide is visible?
Visible, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. First of all, I can see there are more than 100 people. I have requested Swaroopa to increase the number too. I think the YouTube live is also going on. Am I right?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No, it's not going
No,
on. Okay, no problem. So I think Swaroopa might increase the number because there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, this is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for again. So thank you so much, Professor Gunasekaran, for your. This is because of your effort and your connection, your coordination. Today, all your students can meet, and I will tell you, this is a there are people waiting for. Amsterdam Stock Exchange, Netherlands. In Europe, there is a stock exchange called an Amsterdam Stock Exchange. That is the first stock exchange in the world. But our stock exchange, BSE, was started in the year 1875. It is more than 145 years. But the question mark is, how many of us are really investing in the stock market? Are we really investing in the stock market? That is the question. See, in our student life only, we have to start investing. I do this kind of a pan-India webinar for everybody. The reason is, people have to get into financial inclusion only. But now today we call it as a digital financial inclusion. So that is what I am doing today. Digital financial inclusion program, pan-India program. See, this is what we have to fill today. Capital market awareness and initiative of BSE Limited Investors Protection Fund. Let us go to the next slide. Our student life only, we have to start investing. I do this kind of a pan-India webinar for everybody. The reason is, there is a treasury, there is a wealth. People have to get into the financial inclusion only. But now today we call it as a digital financial inclusion. So that is what I am doing today. Digital financial inclusion program, pan-India from the movie One Idiot. There is a movie called One Idiot today. Capital market awareness and initiative of BSE Limited Investors Protection Fund. Management Bangalore. Let us go to the next slide. Our student life was hero there, and it was a very fantastic movie. The learning from the movie One Idiot, what can we see is Karcha Jabardasti hai. That means we do lot of spendings. We don't know where the earning come from. If you buy things which are not required, you would have to sell things which are required. I will tell you, you may be knowing a personality called as a Warren Buffett, who is called as world's richest man. You know, we people refer in finance subject, we refer Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett started investing at the age of 11. He says that also too late. When he started investing, that also very, very late. When he invested, the stock, whatever the investment he made, the stock price collapsed, and this boy was very panicked. But his father told only two things: my dear child, have a patience and discipline. If you have a patience and discipline, you can be a master in the market. Otherwise, you will be the failure. So that is why, if you buy things which are not required, you would have to sell things which are required. So don't save what is left after spending. Instead, you spend what is left after saving. I repeat, don't save what is left after spending. Instead, you spend what is left after saving. So people have to give focus on saving than the spending. People living on credit creating worries. There are people in the world, there are people in the country, they're still living on the credit. They are worried about their future. They don't know where the money come from. For every now and then, they're using their credit card. You know, using the credit card is very dangerous. Now the government has reduced it from 52 days to 48 days. If you use your credit card, that you are using the bank money. If you are unable to pay that money on time, you will be in a problem. So that is why spend the time thinking about the money and the way you deal with it. Future is not the extrapolation of the past. Salespeople selling financial products based on the historical returns. Asset allocation is critical. See equity and debt. You know what is equity and what is debt. So there is a huge difference, drastic difference in that. Don't mix financial products, insurance, investment, tax saving, etc. So we have to be very careful with that. Live your life your way. Your life is in your hand. You should know how to live with that. We work for money throughout of our life. Let us think how can money work for us, which is very, very important platform, which is very, very important aspect for life. So we should know about it, how to take care of that. Some questions comes to your mind. You are studying in one of the topmost colleges. The question is, why do you study? To work. But why do you want to work? To earn. Why do you want to earn? To spend. Why do you want to spend? That is important. Why do you want to spend? What is the reason of spending? To spend. What is the reason of to live a life? But are you stuck in constant circle of earning and spending? Yes, we people are stuck. Where are we stuck? That we need to introspect today. So, you know, my dear friends, all of you studying in the most institute in a college called a Shanmugam College. But how many of you are really working hard towards making your dream come true, which is important? What will you do if you are given a check per month to meet your operational expense? I'll give you a couple of examples. I'll give you how to start focusing on the saving. In your student life only you can plan. Don't wait until I get married, until I get job, until I get 30, 35 and all that. Don't wait for it. Instead, today only start inculcate the habit of saving. So what will you do? See, I will tell you, every day you travel from your home to your college. When you are traveling from your home to your college, your parents are giving you some money. See, the money, whatever your parents are giving, for example, 200 rupees per day, if your parents are giving, 200 rupee per day it is 200. For I will tell you, if it is per day, if it is 200, so what will happen is, in that 200 rupees, why can't you save 10% of that money, at least 20% of that money? 200 rupees, 20%, how much? 40 rupees per day. Every day your parents are giving 200 rupees. From 20% of the money you just save, what will happen is 40 rupees you can save. The 40 rupees, whatever you are saving, per day it is 40, for 10 days it is 400, for 20 days it is 800, for 30 days it is 1200. The 1 month, within 1 month you can save 1200, that too it is parents' money, that is not your money. For 10 months, how much you can save? 12,000. For 20 months, how much you can save? 24,000. For 30 months, how much you can save? 36,000. If you are into bachelor degree program. So this is how you can start saving, my dear friends. Don't wait for something to happen. So that money you can start saving and investing in a different avenue. So that is important. Saving habit should start from today. Let us go for a digital financial inclusion. Let us go for a, what we call it as a, let us go for a digital financial. That is very, very important. So you will experience the joy of financial freedom if somebody gives you the money. You would be creative with expressions to build something big. Unfortunately, no one is going to give us this check. We have to learn to get them to our own action, which is very, very important, my dear friends. So focus on the post-tax earnings. Every income earned is not equal because of the differentiated tax treatment. Salaried and the professional income are fully taxable. Salaried people spend money from the post-tax income. You all aware that. See, what is post-tax earning? For example, once you complete your degree from Shanmugam College, you will get a very good job. Once you get a job, your employer will give you a salary of 50,000 per month. In places like Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, 50,000 into 12, how much it is? 6 lakh. 6 lakh per year. But your employer will deduct 10%, 10,000 every month. So how much is calculated? 1 lakh 20,000. From 6 lakh, if you deduct 1 lakh 20,000, how much is left? 4 lakh 80,000. So this 4 lakh 80,000 is what we call it as post-tax earnings or a net income. Out of this net income, you have to keep aside as some savings. So how much it is actually? 30% of the money you have to keep aside as saving. 48,000 into 3, that is 48 into 2 is equal to 96, plus 48 is equal to 1 lakh 44. So 1 lakh 44,000 you keep aside as a saving. Remaining 3 lakh 36,000 you spend. So this is how you have to focus. So this is how you can plan, which is very, very important aspect. The salaried and the professional income are fully taxable. Salaried people spend what we call it as, they pay taxes from post-tax expense income. They are at advantage. Dividend income is also taxable in the hands of the shareholder, and long-term capital gain at 10%. applicable on profit made above rupees 1 lakh on sale of equity shares. My dear friends, if at all you are invested in the stock market, let us take an example. You are investing in a Reliance share. One share is equal to 1000 rupees. You are investing in 100 shares. 1000 into 100 is equal to 100,000, 1 lakh share. Today you are investing. After 1 year, you see that has gone up to one share has gone to 3000. You made a profit of 2000 per share. 3000 into 100, 3000 into 1000 is equal to 3 lakh. What is your profit? 2 lakh. As I told you, if your profit is above 1 lakh, that means on the 1 lakh, whatever you are taken above, because you are invested 3 lakh, 1 lakh has gone to 3 lakh, the difference of 2 lakh, you have made a 1 lakh above profit, that's 1 lakh on 1 lakh, you will be charged 10% as a long-term capital gain, which is very, very important, my dear friends. One should focus on the post-tax earnings. See, you are learning something in your class, that is important. So, whom I told just now in the beginning, Warren Buffett, he is the one you can see in the picture. He says, change your mindset. How can you change your mindset? Alter the equation. See, what does the equation say? Earning minus saving is equal to earning minus spending is equal to saving. To earning minus saving is equal to spending. My dear friends, you earn 1000, you spend for 600, you save 400. See, that is how you are planning earlier, but now you have to change it to you earn 1000, you save 600, remaining 400 you spend. So this is how you have to plan, because as Warren Buffett told you, don't save what is left after spending. Instead, you spend what is left after saving, which has got a very great weightage, irrespective of your vicinity or whatever it may be. You should focus on the saving than the spending. So I hope you are understanding what I'm focusing on. Invest to build wealth. I come across people, they're saying that, sir, I have a lot of money but I don't know where to invest. My dear friends, if at all you have a lot of money, you will have to make it a point that you have to allocate that fund. How can you allocate that fund? If at all you have 1 lakh rupees, you don't think that 1 lakh rupees should be kept or parked in the bank. Or instead of, what you can do, you can allocate in such a manner that if something falls down, something should go up. Whenever we are investing in the stock market also, we don't invest in one single setup. We invest, we portfolio it, and then we will decide how to sell it. So that is why you have to portfolio it. Invest to build wealth. Saving does not build wealth. Deploy your saving prudently to maintain or improve the value, which is very, very important. You have to know to how to take care of it. Build asset and not liabilities. My dear friends, how to build the asset? Building asset is very important. How to build the asset? See, when we are building asset, how can we take care of it? See, if at all you have a car, after after attending the job, you may have to buy a car. When you are buying a car, what will happen is, so you will have to borrow money from the bank. Whenever you're borrowing money from the bank, banker will say, this is the interest rate. When you see your asset side, it shows car as an asset of 20 lakh, but you see the liability side, it shows 25 lakh. That means you are paying more than whatever the asset has. Here, there are a lot of issues which you come across every time. My dear friends, please understand, whenever you are buying a car, you have to have a cash. Don't go for the loan. So 20 lakh worth car, if you go to the bank, banker will say, after charging all that down payment also to go for the charge, you see the personal balance sheet liability side, it shows 25 lakh. You have to be very careful, but after paying all the EMIs for 120 months, that is 10 years means 120 months, 10 into 12, you, if at all you want to sell that car, it won't even go sold for what we call it as 2,50,000. My dear friends, it is very important. Car car and vehicles are not the asset. It is in fact a liability. When I was in Accenture, I was conducting recruitment in Bangalore, and I used to ask the students who wants to go for a job, what are assets? They immediately say furniture, car, and all that. My dear friends, furniture, car, they are not assets, they are the liabilities. If at all you are coming across for any interview in future, don't say furniture, car, and all that, because their value is getting depreciated. Asset means what? The value should get appreciated. It has to go up and up, higher and higher. That is why asset is not asset just because it appears on your asset side. For example,
car. While it appears on the asset side of your balance sheet, it does not earn and its value continuously depreciates. It is indeed a liability. Assets are equities, bonds, rented real estates, etc. So, which is very, very important, and you need to take care of it. That has got its own value. So, asset allocation is important. Allocate your asset prudently over various asset classes. Asset allocation to happen based on your cash flow position and the financial goals. Understand the asset profile based on what the liquidity is, taxability, transaction cost, legality, etc. Put a financial plan in place and follow that in a disciplined manner to become rich, because becoming rich is in your hand. It is nothing to do with others' hand. You have to take care of it, which is very, very important. Compounding is magical. You all know that compounding is the eighth wonder in the world. We say doubling period is the ninth wonder, compounding is the eighth wonder. But are we really focusing on this? This is very important. I remember one of my friend, every day he tells his father deposited rupees 15,000 15,000 in the syndicate bank in 1980 to get that money in the year 2000 and odd for his daughter's marriage. 1980 invest deposited money 15,000 has become 4 lakh 78,000 in 2004. See the effect of compounding. It has got a great effect. See, you have to seriously invest and reinvest. What we Indians do, we people, we simply, we don't, what we call it as, we don't want to continue the investment. We just want to withdraw in between. People want to, people who want to withdraw,
Recording in
for
progress.
them, for them it is very difficult, my dear friends. You have to take care of it. People have to know how to take care of their money, which is very, very important. So compounding has got its own value and its own benefit for their life, my dear friends. Please understand that. What are the precautions you have to take in the stock market? See, I myself, when I returned from Malaysia, I was abroad. I was overseas for some time, and after returning from overseas, I thought that why can't we start a company in the campus? So that is why I conduct lot of programs on startup, how to start a company in the campus by the faculty members and all that. These programs also I conduct. These webinars also I conduct. See, I myself started a company. That company, I will tell you, the company was started in the year 2019. The company is really doing great. The reason is, I will tell you, these companies have got more than 3,000 plus demat accounts. The reason behind this company is to make, to give lot of inputs to the students, how the stock market works, how in reality, in the real ground reality, how everything works for the attainment of the institution, something like that. That is the reason I started a company. Today students are very happy, but I don't know in your college how many of you have a demat account. When I conduct my CDSL program, people say more than 4 crores accounts been opened in the CDSL. That means our population is around, what is the population of India? 130 crores. But what extent we are really interested in that? What are the precautions you have to take? In India, there are 5 major financial setups. We have Securities Exchange Board of India, who looks after stock exchanges. We have Reserve Bank of India, who look after the banking domain. We have IRDA, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority, who look after the insurance authorities. We have what we call PFRDA, who looks after PF and other pension funds. And also we do have what we call it as a last category called as commodity forward market. I mean the commodity market. So they look after all the commodities, etc. To deal with only the registered brokers and the sub brokers, receive contract note from your broker every time. Do not be misled by the market rumors, hot tips, etc. You have to be very careful. Take informed decisions by studying the fundamentals of the company. That is important. Do not be attracted by the announcements of the fantastic result newspaper reports about a company. Do not be attracted to the stocks based on what internet website promotes. You do your study properly. Low price penny stock do not guarantee you high result. Sudden spurt in the stock price, be cautious about it. You have to be very cautious when there is a sudden spurt in the price. Any advice or a tip that claims huge return may lead to losing some of your stock. You have to be very careful about it. Issue account to pay check in the name of your broker. So you have to be very careful when you're issuing the check. That has to be made note. So to do, what are the checklists you have to do? One thing is actually you have to see whether do you have a life insurance as a term plan. Do you have a health insurance, that is a disability insurance? That also you have to check. Investment in a short-term, long-term debt, equity, mutual fund, etc. child education, marriage, etc., retirement plans, that is also important. You have to see all that whether it is there or not. There are some great sayings by the great people. Here, Charlie Munger says that as long as you don't do any nonsense with your money, you would end up becoming rich if you are disciplined and patient. Discipline and patience, these are the two important parameters which plays an important role. If you have a discipline, if you have patience, you can shine in your life. Otherwise, it is a problem. So that is why discipline, as I told you in the beginning, Warren Buffett, when he started the investing, suddenly the stock price gone down, and this boy was very panicked, and there was a huge problem. And then this boy decided have a patience and discipline. That is important. Today, because of those patience and discipline, today he is the world's richest man. He has been, and he says he holds a company called Berkshire Hathaway, which is very good company. Dr. Stephen Covey says, who wrote a book called The Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, he says that right things in a life is to do right things. Live a principle centered life. Your life is very beautiful. You should know how to live with that, because at the end we should say that I lived my life, which is very important. That has to be taken care, my dear friends. The other person, you may be knowing Benjamin Franklin, who says that it takes many good deeds to build good reputation and only one bad one to lose it, because people have a lot of opportunities in their life. So it takes many good deeds to build good reputation and only one bad one to lose it. People have a lot of opportunities. So how can we focus on the what we call it as a holistic wealth? What do you mean by holistic wealth? The holistic wealth is nothing but it is a part and combination. It's a combination and culmination of, we have a what we call it as a physical wealth. That is nothing but our health, which is very important. We have a financial wealth. Financially, are we strong? Are we good? Which is important. Professional wealth, the professionally, intrapersonal, interpersonal, are we able to take care? Social wealth, socially, are we good? Intellectual wealth, spiritual wealth. Focus on the holistic wealth. So this is very important aspect. So we have to take care of it. If you are able to take care of it, so this is what I can go on. So please understand: physical, financial, professional, social, intellectual, spiritual. So this has got its own shape in it. You should know, my dear friends, how to take care of it. See, let us take example of English communication. Let us take an example of Tamil communication. The way you speak, that has to get the attraction of the people around. See, now I speak, there is no nervousness. I'm very confident when I'm talking to you. So this is what you have to inculcate. You have to imbibe that in your life. That is what I would like to say. And I would like to recommend you two important books, which is very important. One book is called as Mad Money Journey, which is written by Mehrab Rani, a fantastic book. And the author says that this book has got its own value. The author says people have to read these books. When they read this book, what will happen is their intellect will grow. Their intellect, what way to intellect will go? Because this is connected to, these books are connected to the financial market, my dear friends. These books are mainly connected to financial market, which has got very great effect, and we should know that how to take care of our life. So that is very important, my dear friends. Please understand, these books are written by Mehrab Rani, who says that in Mad Money Journey there was a famous doctor. Who is very well to do, and he was talking about what is that, once he committed suicide. The reason is he was unable to manage his fund. He was totally unable to manage his fund, because one of his friends narrated this story to him, to the author, and author noticed that this doctor was very busy in building the network. So very important aspect, my dear friends. So network building, if anybody is focused on network building, network means what? Ask the difference between asset and liabilities. Instead of that, you have to focus on self-worth building. Self-worth means what? It is peace, tranquility, happiness, satisfaction, which is very important. That you need to. So the other book is actually Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which is written by Robert Kiyosaki, who talks about rich people are busy in building asset, poor people are busy in building liabilities. People have to first and foremost build asset than building the liabilities. Building asset is important than building the liabilities. Let us focus on building the asset, not the liabilities, which is very, very important, my dear friends. That people have to know and they have to focus. So that is the reason, people have to have what we call it as a one is people have to have the what we call it as a great mind. The mind is a great asset. If people investing in the mind, what will happen is their life will definitely go good because my mind is a great asset which has got its own beauty in building the value for life. So that is why, my dear friends, please understand we have to focus on our life, day to day life, which has got its own beauty, which goes with the great hierarchy, and we'll get a lot of inputs out of it. That is why, which is very, very important, my dear friends. And the other thing is, concluding remark is become a learning machine. So if you are a learning machine, what will happen is the Charlie Munger says that you have to have a learning machine concept because don't think that you are the failure and all that. You are always the successful person. If you make up your mind that you are successful, you can do whatever you want to do. So that will be definitely a great opportunity for all of you. So that is why my kind request to all of you, wherever you are, whatever you are, you should know how to build your career in a great way. That is very, very important, my dear friend. So here I am concluding my presentation part of it, my delivery part of it. So you can find my contact. You will get a certificate for this. Once I get the list, I will get a certificate for this program. I will arrange the certificate for this program once I get the thank mail from Professor Gunasekaran to the team. And this is my contact number and my LinkedIn profile link for all of you. So you can make a note of it. Kindly see to that. So thank you so much for the opportunity. So now if there is any question you can ask, so I will unmute all of you. So you can ask, you can unmute yourself and you can ask questions now. Those who want to ask question, you can unmute yourself and ask question. So I have given you the right now. Sir, are you there? Gunasekaran sir?
Sir, I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. People can ask questions, sir. Sir, they will get a certificate for this. Once you send a thanks mail to the team, I'll send a mail this thing, and then they'll get a certificate, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. Audience, please, if any doubt, to raise the question. Yes, students or faculties, if any question regarding financial market, just raise the hand and ask the questions.
Sir, I have already sent you an email ID. To that, you just send a thanks mail, sir. Thanks mail is enough, and immediately she will reply. Request for a certificate. They will arrange, sir. You will ECC to me also, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. Got it. Hello, sir.
Sir? Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
So I think if there are no questions, what to do? People are not asking questions.
Dear participants, if any questions, if any doubt today webinar regarding to raise the hand and ask the questions. So no doubt.
No, sir, there is no question, they say. Okay, sir, thank you so much. You can give the vote of thanks, sir, if there is no question. No problem.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. Next, vote of thanks.
Yeah.
Dr. S. Nitya, ma'am, I heartily welcome to deliver the vote of thanks.
Sir, sorry, sir. Good morning to all.
Yeah,
It
good
gives,
morning. Good morning.
it
Please
gives
proceed.
me an it gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all gathered here. I would like to thank our chief guest who honored this function with his inspirational thought. I would like to thank our beloved secretary and correspondent, treasurer sir, academic dean, principal, vice principal and head of the Department of Commerce and all other department heads and faculty members. Last but not least, our beloved students for making this function as a grand success. Once again, I thank one and all present here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will meet again. We'll conduct many more sessions, sir. Thank you, Gunasekaran, sir. Thank you so much. I have already messaged you, sir. WhatsApp you. Please follow that, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, sir. சார் அது யூடியூப்ல போட்டு யூடியூப்ல Dear students, that comes to webinar end. So all of students left the meeting. The meeting arranged for 1 hour.
Thank you, sir.
ஜி சார் இது அவரோட மெயிலுக்கு தான் நம்ம பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா சர்டிஃபிகேட் ஜெனரேட் ஆகுமா சார்?
Yes, yes, yes.
ஓகே சார். சார் ஒரே ஒரு பையன் ஒரு क्वेश्चन கேட்டிருந்தான். கொடுக்க முடியுமா சார்?
அவர் மெயில் ஐடி இப்ப டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணாருங்களா? இதே கொடுக்குறேன் சார்.
கொடுங்க சார். அது பசங்க ஸ்கிரீன்ஷாட் போட்டுடலாம் சார்.
இதே அனுப்பிச்சு இதே பார்க்குறேன்.
கேக்குறாங்க சார். ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் கேக்குறாங்க பசங்க.
Yes, students. மெயில் ஐடி சென்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம் சார். பிஎஸ் சார் சார் மெயில் ஐடி அவங்களே சென்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க சார். இந்த சென்ட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க பாருங்க சார். எஸ் சார், எஸ் சார், எஸ் எஸ். ஓகே சார், ஓகே ஓகே. இப்போ ஸ்டூடெண்ட் அந்த மெயிலுக்கு வந்து தேங்க்ஸ் பண்ணி சென்ட் பண்ணுங்க, உங்களுக்கு சர்டிஃபிகேட் வந்துடும். அந்த கோடு மாஸ்ட். வாய்ஸே கேட்கலையே. ஹலோ சார், ஹலோ.